Oh, okay, so, oh my god, that's too severe. So, I'm trying to, there's one boob sagging. So I'm like, what's this purple thing? And then I realized it was my shirt. And then look, I turned it around. It's like, who's, wait, no, look, oh my god, I have Trump's camel toe right here. But eventually I'm going to show everyone how to get rid of that. Ooh, I just was wiggling. Wiggle. Okay, so I came here with a serious thing, and I didn't want to do the boob thing. I wanted, I don't know, oh god. I just got so depressed. And it's on my neck. Okay, well let me just do this then. Move that guy. Oh my god, it's working. The brain's working today. Okay, so this is to SCOTUS. Got a good one here. Okay, so basically, I just want to. I'm not a scholar, but I want to talk common sense about what the Constitution is about. Okay, the Constitution, which is what, 250 years now, right? So we moved, the ones that were having problems, we moved here, and we did it in a horrible way because the people that really belong here ended up suffering. So, but we were just interested in our own rights and well-being, so we made the Constitution. Okay, and I'm not knocking it because I, as an American, after reading it and knowing what it's all about and why it's here, that SCOTUS, okay, because this is what I wrote. I am sick of SCOTUS pretending not to understand the Constitution. They play word games to gaslight the American citizens into thinking they're passing stuff in the American people's interest, right? Think about it, okay? Because I'm going to make one quick example. So I wondered that Roe versus Wade, what was the underlying argument on why it should be overturned? I'm like, oh my god, I started to shake just thinking about it. Well, I found out with my simple little brain that the bottom decision was because the words the right to abortion were not in the Constitution. You know what? Abortion's not in the Bible either. But they got rid of babies. God got rid of babies, right? Some with good intentions and some with bad intentions. And we all know that if we've ever read the Bible, right? There's nowhere in the Bible that says your religion lets you make a law about my uterus because that's what you've been told. And nowhere in the Bible does it say you're murdering babies. When they took the dirty waters or whatever to abort their babies, God told them to do that, right? And it's each person's decision. That's what the free will is all about. Okay, so let me get off of that. So that's my point. So they tried to gaslight us that because the right to abortion wasn't in the Constitution, that we had no right. I have a right to my body. You have a right to your body. Okay, so even with the mask thing, I would say, you know what? If they don't want to wear a mask, it's really not our place to tell them that they can't. We can think that they're jerks and everything, but there's nothing you can do about that. They have their rights. Okay, so so the other thing is, yeah, I'm sick of them making laws based on one religion. So this is all about religion. So the atheist uterus is your business. Think about that. Okay, and how they are taking away our rights to free speech. This thing today with the voting and what with black people, with brown people, and I am old enough to know That's not a lie. They've suffered from this bullshit, okay? But this is in the Constitution, so think about it. So we never had. So that was the next thing. Okay, so because these people suffered, they came over here and they didn't want to listen to what their religion was. They didn't want to have to worry about speaking because the Constitution was made to address problems being endured repeatedly by human beings over hundreds of years. Basic, right? So here we go. We got the right. So free speech. The problem, I want you to think about this. So they had to solve this problem. The problem was you could be arrested, right? If you said something wrong, you could be arrested. You couldn't speak against the government, you would end up in jail. You could be dead from that, right? So there was not free speech. That's the problem. They addressed it. Number 2, freedom of religion. It's freedom of religion, which means you are free to practice your religion, but you are not free to tell someone else that they have to believe what you believe. And think about that. I want that to kind of just think about that for a couple days, because the more I thought about that, the angrier I got, because it's common sense that this law is based on religion and not as being a human being, an individual, that you have no business knowing what's going on in my body. I don't have the business. And that goes both ways, right? So if you want to invade my body with your nose, then I should be able to do the same, right? You don't want that. You want... Never mind, I'm not going to go down that road. Okay, the freedom to reasonably bear arms. Just because you change, it's the word thing again. Oh, they're taking our guns away because they don't want our Glocks to be machine guns. How horrible is that? No, literally. That is what they're okay with. Making a Glock into a machine gun. It's like, I can't even believe this, 900 rounds a minute. So they gaslight us instead of, all we want to do is pass gun safety laws, right? And all they talk about is us taking away their rights. 2 different things, okay? Okay, where are we next? Okay, so it was the freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom to bear arms. Okay, the right to be searched and seized, because we have what is called we have the right to the pursuit of happiness. In what way does having to show your papers, and I'm scared to death. I'm in an area that there could be ICE at any, and I'm telling you, I would fucking fight them, and that's not good. So I'm staying inside. I'm sorry, I just kind of slipped there. I'm so angry every single day. Oh my God, every single day. This is like living with a narcissistic ex-bad boyfriend that has been stalking you for 6 years, even though he has a girlfriend, right? Because, I'm giving you a couple of clues on, okay, they slash tires for more than one person. Red flag, run away. They say something ridiculous and then act like you're crazy, right? Until you finally believe that you are crazy, and that's called gaslighting and manipulation, okay? That is what this administration is doing. That is what Trump is doing. My brain, because once someone lies to me, it's like my brain turns into Charlie Brown mode, where I see your lips moving, and I can't help this. I see your lips moving, but all I hear is wah, 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 wah. So when I'm scrolling the videos and they start playing, and it's funny because we never even have to say his name. You will know who I mean. Oh, and then I want to talk about the polls, because all the polls, and this is okay. This is a glimmer of sunshine. So see, I do have ADD, and I just took my medication, so it's not probably kicking in yet. And a little high. Okay, all right. So this might be a long one, but I'm having a good time. Okay, so what was I talking about? I probably could no, because then if I rewind it, see, so I'm neurodivergent, I have ADD, and I have a mental illness that the part of my brain that deciphers like if people are good and bad or what's right and wrong. Well, see, that part of my brain is a little bit smaller, right? But the silver lining was if you had like minimal or no childhood trauma, right? But like getting molested for your entire childhood, for some reason that makes that scenario no cigar for me. And okay, so see how I was getting sad? So at this age now, I have learned that if I start to feel bad, instead of letting the trigger me and then riding into the episode, I say, uh-oh, like something tapped me on the shoulder. Hey, something, you feel weird, what's going on? So if someone lies to me, oh my God, it's like I get this electric shock, and I don't know if it's visible or not because I have post-traumatic stress disorder. People think it's funny to purposely scare me. I mean, it's funny after, but seriously, the cortisol, it's never gonna go away. Okay, I'm sorry. See, I keep losing my track. That's why I write shit down. The different things that are an issue. Oh my God, you're literally watching. This is so awful. Like, so wonder, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, living with Trump and the bad boyfriend. There we go. I should have. Oh my God, I said his name. And so now every time. Okay, so that's what it was. Okay, so how once people lie to me, it's like this physical thing, and then I can be triggered, but not anymore. Now I just have. It's so funny because I purposely speak. So what I say is not taken, like I won't insult people. I will just make a statement that might make them uncomfortable about the truth. Like, we'll get to that someday. So anyway, so that's what it's like living every day. You gotta wake up. Okay, is my stalker gonna be hanging around? Is he gonna be, okay, and then, so another thing that the narcissists do is they make you financially dependent on them. They get rid of your car. They alienate your friends and family, anybody on your side, and they actually will make whoever falls for his shit, any of your friends, that he makes them the flying monkeys that will smear you. When, okay, everything they do is to serve themselves. You ask them a question, because my boyfriend, I'd say, he said, oh, I'm going to the store to get some coffee. I said, oh, can you get me one? He goes, I can't carry 2 coffees back. And then he kept doing stuff like that, where finally I said, do you realize that did not go well? So anyway, but now I just accept that. God dang it. I don't know, maybe I should write some shit down. Okay, I was talking about the Constitution, and that people need to understand that we made that to fix just some of the problems that were making our lives a hell, right? And this jerk, this PAB, He's not following the Constitution. He said he wanted to get rid of it. He wouldn't swear in a Bible on, on his oath, right? Oh, like he's going to go like this. I cross my fingers. He's such a baby, a child, but he's a narcissistic child that has used every single thing that the taxpayers pay for to help themselves live. It's taken it away. Yeah. And any, like the Consumer Protection Program, anything, Social Security, healthcare, and that's why it's Republicans' fault, and they are not gaslighting me, because listen to what they say. It's the opposite, or that's what they're doing, and it's not flying anymore. I think more people with common sense, and that's what I was trying to say about the polls, how all the polls are 75-25. I'm like, 75-25. Okay, again, 75-25. I mean, literally every poll, I even would comment, like, this is giving me hope, because that means only 25% of the people are believing this. 25% are delusional, right? 75% have common sense. And after July 13th, July 4th, 2013, I decided that I was going to get to decide how I feel about things. And my story is I need to find something positive about everything, no matter how bad it is. And that it's not hard for me anymore, because that's like a muscle I grew. That's like a Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. Anyway, okay, so I did 17 minutes. Okay, well, hopefully I didn't bore you. And if you are a like-minded citizen, okay, you know how I've been reading how different countries are going to have a protest tomorrow. So Park Rose or something, I'm not sure, was saying how we should change our profile pic to a frog in solidarity with Portland. And then it dawned on me that if, how they're, we're going to track you guys, blah, blah, blah. Well, keep the location off your phone, one, or just turn it off, right, until you need it, which takes a long time. So I really didn't think that one through. But I'm like, what if we all across the world wore the frog mask, that everybody with drones filmed all the protesters, and then we did like I don't know, can you imagine having like 10 screens with the drones and all the frog masks? I know, it's just something so simple that if we all wore some kind of mask, right, it would disrupt the facial recognition equipment. Think about that, the surveillance stuff. So if you just do the eyes, okay, that's okay. But, I'm lucky it won't happen to me, because my face changes on the daily. All right, you guys have a great day, and hope to see you at the rally tomorrow.